There's something in you that still wants to be seen, admired, even while pretending to seek silence. That's not enlightenment. It's ego in disguise. Before you take another step on the path, ask yourself this: what if everything you've built as your spiritual identity is the very thing holding you back? You think you're walking the path to enlightenment, but what if your greatest obstacle is not the world, not your karma, but your own ego, subtle, persistent, and disguised as wisdom itself? The first sign your ego is blocking enlightenment is the quiet craving for recognition. When your spiritual practice becomes a performance, when you meditate hoping someone notices your calm, or speak of compassion with the hidden intention to be admired. The Buddha warned in the Dhammapada that clinging to the self is like grasping a blazing torch from the burning end. It burns, yet we refuse to let go. The second sign is resistance to being corrected. You feel irritation when others challenge your views, even if they're right. This aversion, rooted in pride, is a subtle poison. And in the Anguttara Nikaya, the Blessed One reminds us that only the humble can be taught the Dhamma in its depth. A third, more hidden sign is the secret pleasure you take in judging others for their lesser practice, comparing your precepts, your retreat hours, your mindfulness. That voice in your head whispering, "At least I'm better than them," is the ego in its most deceitful form. The fourth sign is the spiritual bypass, the ego's clever use of spiritual concepts to avoid discomfort or accountability. You might say, everything is impermanent to dismiss emotional pain, or there is no self to avoid responsibility. But the Buddha didn't teach emptiness as an excuse for ignorance. He taught it as a path to insight. And finally, the fifth sign is the constant need to be special, that subtle hunger to be the awakened one in the room, to be seen as more enlightened, more detached, more aware. True awakening, as the Buddha taught, is marked by the disappearance of this very self-image, like a flame extinguished by the wind. If these signs stirred something in you, that's not a coincidence. It's a warning, and perhaps an invitation to sit with brutal honesty, to ask what part of your spiritual self is still clinging to the illusion of self. The path to liberation is not in polishing the ego, it is in seeing through it. Are you ready to let it go? Enlightenment doesn't come when you become more special. It comes when you no longer need to be. If you have the courage to face the ego directly, that moment becomes the true beginning of liberation.